Welcome to Intentional, where lifestyle meets motherhood and motherhood meets magic. My journey started after I've had my son, so I felt like it was only fitting to talk about my labor and delivery. And so, if you're here, that means you've already watched the beginning of our collaboration video talking about the differences with our labor and delivery. If you haven't, then go check it out on YouTube. It's Nelly Nels, TCI, NELLY, NELLZ, TCI on YouTube.
Yeah, so my YouTube channel is Nelly Nels TCI. It's just videos with my family and myself. We have, videos with mostly myself and Ryan, my daughter. She's 2 now. She'll be 3 in January. A lot of craft and art that we do together, little DIY activities, baking and stuff, things that I feel like she'd probably do better at had she been able to read instructions. Just a lot of family activities. So if you're looking for things, family fun. If you're looking for things to do with your family, whether it be your siblings, your parents, or your children, just check out my channel, and I'm sure you'll find something.
Thank you for watching and enjoy. I remember my birth plan was, and I discussed this with my GP and my midwife. I said I wanted a water birth, number one. So I guess that's why they put me in the room with the pool. With the big tub.
Yeah.
And then I told them I wanted to record my birth. And she's like, that shouldn't be a problem. I said, okay, good. I'll have my mommy in there with me to record my birth. And that's what I did, except the water birth part.
I wanted to record my pregnancy so bad, my delivery. But I definitely will do it next time. And how long did you push for?
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I started pushing, let's say 2 something. I had Rye 2:14 p.m.
And I had Zane at 10:18 p.m.
And yeah. So, did you have any complications during birth? Like your rift and stuff. Just a tear.
I didn't need no more than just a tear.
No, I mean it's like that's the only complication. I know you mentioned it before.
Woo. I don't wish that on nobody. Because it was, I think when watching my video, like going back and watching my delivery, I could see with my facial expression change. And I think that's when I tore. Because I was like pushing, I was like, I think I tore then.
Yeah.
And after he came out, it was like I tear, and then his head popped out. And he was chilling. His head was there, he just was laying down with the rest of his body inside, and I'm like,
so you need help?
I couldn't push. I had to wait for another contraction to push, and that because he was chilling, he wasn't helping me. The contraction took a bit, like maybe 30 seconds, but it felt long to me. And he just was there, and they were like, "Oh, you can touch his head. His head is right there." So my mommy took my hand and touched his head. And in the video, he just was laying down. He just was like chilling.
I asked because I was like, "Miss, how I know?" Because I was asking the nurse, "How I know when to push or how to push?" She's like, "Do you want to try?" I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, try it. When I started, she's like, wait, call the doctor. She's pushing. And then after that, they held my legs up. I didn't realize how far up they had my legs until after, because like my legs were so sore, like from being in that position so long. But I was like, what y'all see? The first thing, they ain't telling me nothing. I told him, I say, sneak record. He's like, no. I was like, whatever.
My mommy was all, oh shit, I see his head.
And I was like, what y'all see? And Camille only can say, oh, well, that's my ears. And only like this part of I was out. Her hair came out like swooped up into one. I don't understand how, because she was coming
slick right down.
I don't know, but yeah. But I didn't have any complications like during birth, just that she was just chilling inside, so they had to induce me. And then when they did put the whatever it was in me to induce me, it wasn't in the right spot at first. So for the longest, it was just chilling. And then it like started to come out. Yeah, it shifted kind of. So they had to put it back. But other than that, how big was Zane when you had him?
Zane was 5'9". And I tell, so imagine a bigger baby. I know, that's big for my coochie because I tell.
Yeah, Ryan was 6 pounds 7 ounces. And I remember the nurse, she was like rubbing her head out. So she was like making sure, I guess, that I didn't hear. So she'd have her hand around right head. And
my nurse did that maybe twice. She's like, okay. And then Zayn head came out and she had her hand like this, just holding his head, and he just was chilling. And then after a while, then the contraction came and I was able to push him out completely.
She did that part for for the most part, like, for her head to come out.
Yeah.
And then she just pulled right, like I just pushed and she,
Zayn came out, then it just was like put him right on my chest. And then she was like, "Who's gonna cut the umbilical cord?" And my mom was like, "Me."
Yeah, Camille cut right umbilical cord. Did your baby latch right away?
Yep.
I did too.
He tried. It took him 3 chances. So it was like 1, and it slipped right out his mouth. 2, and he started to get it, but it slipped out his mouth again. The 3rd time, he was like, nah. So
right away.
And he still latched. He been latched.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say how it felt like the first time, because it felt like a pulling kind of. It felt like she was just pulling out of me. Like you felt it. I felt it. No, you can't remember. You still doing it. It's a norm for you. But it felt like this drawing thing, like kind of if you had the breast pump on.
Oh, I didn't really like the breast pump too much.
I had a Medela electric breast pump, the double breast. That was expensive as hell, but it was worth it because I could have pumped twice as fast. But I didn't breastfeed long enough to say get my money's worth. You still breastfeed. I breastfeed for like 2 months. So I was 2 months in and that was it. Because when my milk count started to drop, I was like, okay. It wasn't only my boobs started to sag, and I didn't have boobs. Like, it wasn't sagging tremendously, but when I, saw the difference, I was like,
I think I only had one time where I felt like my milk wasn't enough. He was getting enough, but I personally felt this so because my breast would get engorged and my breast wasn't getting as engorged. And I was like,
I hated that.
So I started taking fenugreek and drinking a lot of coconut water. And it was something else.
They had this tea.
The fennel tea.
Yeah.
The fenugreek, the fennel tea, yeah. And my milk been good ever since.
Them engorged boobs. I was like...
Yeah, they hurt. You feel rocks all under your arms. Yeah.
Listen.
It's like rocks. Yeah.
That hurts. There's like, go under the hot shower and brush it. Like all kind of things I was trying. That was so painful. I had to do that twice though. Go in the shower and actually try to brush it. Other than that, whenever I feel it's engorged, I would try to make him drink all the milk out. So I was sleeping and she had just like, she used to eat unnecessarily. She used to eat whether she's hungry or not. She just cried for food. And it was just a no for me. Like, that was just so painful. I was like, can you help me? He's like, what am I supposed to do? I was like, I don't know, help me. He's like, you wouldn't think I was like, just try. He's like, no. I wanted him to taste my breast milk so bad. But I needed help at that moment. Like, that wasn't a moment to like trick him or anything. Like, I really did not like that pain. How was your first night home?
Well, I got home at midnight and I had a migraine. I told the doctors that I was fine. I wanted to go home, but I had a migraine. I think that's because I didn't eat properly that day, and I had just got my iron infusion earlier that day, and I still was on pain meds for my tear and stuff, so I had a lot going on, and I had this really bad headache, and I was very hungry. And the first thing I did when I went home was eat Cool Runnings fried chicken. I ate some Cool Runnings fried chicken, and I tried to go lay down. And as soon as I got upstairs, Zayn just cried and cried and cried. I think that's because he was in a different environment because he was so used to being in the hospital for those couple of days.
Oh, yeah, because she did sit out a while.
Yeah, so now he's in this place where he doesn't know so many different faces and people here. So, but he had all his grandparents, all 4 of his grandparents were there at that point, and my siblings. So I was able to lay down, and my daddy took him and was walking around the house and up and down the stairs with him. And when I got up, he was asleep on my daddy's chest. So I was like, okay.
My first night home, Camille would be up with Rye all night so I could sleep. I'd be up with her in the day, but my mommy would help me like a whole lot with her in the day too. And the first night I was sleeping, she was in her bassinet. He was sitting down on the side of her playing a game or something. And she said, that's all. She ain't cried. I pitched up my sleep. Like, I jumped up and I gripped the bassinet. Like, I don't know what I thought was going on. It's like,
you get so much anxiety.
Yes.
Oh,
it's
I
like
don't even
you're
know how else
alert.
to explain it other than anxiety.
I pitched up out my sleep. And he looked at me like, what the hell wrong with you? And I looked and I was like, oh, she's sleeping. And I laid back down. Like, it was so scary.
I couldn't even.
I don't know if I thought she was under me. I don't know if I thought she was crying and I forgot to feed her. I don't know what I thought was going on.
At least she slept in a bassinet. Zane slept in his crib maybe 2-3 times.
Yeah, right.
When he was younger. But it was like, I felt like the crib was too far away from my bed. So like my bed is here and the crib is here. And I was like, so when he was sleeping, I was like, and I would try to sleep and then I'd just be looking at him like, just wake up.
Yeah, I'd be looking at Ryan like, but my dad used to be like, oh, Nanny, go check her out because all she used to do is sleep. When I called the nurse, the nurse was like, miss,
she's a baby.
Because I was like, Daddy, isn't that what they do? But I wouldn't know because, it's my first child. He's like, yeah, but she sleep a lot. Like, she don't even cry. Like, Rye wasn't a crying baby at all. And when I asked her, she's like, miss, take advantage of these days, okay? Like, embrace these days because when she's up, you're going to be praying for these days to come back.
Praying for him now. These days, we praying for him.
Yeah. Don't get me started. You had any cravings like right after your pregnancy?
Guava.
I
just wanted
Checkers, bacon, zilla, and fries with the mango palooza. Oh my! As soon as I had Rye, I was like, somebody order that. Tell me to bring that to me.
My mommy learned how to make guava just for me when I got back. His nana made the guava duff, and my milk was so sweet. At first, I didn't think it was sweet, right? Until Zane was like, and it would be dripping. He'd be finished, and I'd drip it, and he'd just licking it off my lips. And I was like, what? I tasted it, and it was sweet. I was like, Mommy, my breast milk's sweet. And I squeezed some out. She was like, oh, yeah. Zane loved it, but that's all I wanted.
Yeah, I wanted that bacon zilla. I don't even think I was craving it. I think I just wanted it because I was extremely hungry.
Yeah.
And I wanted but you know what I drank? Like, I drank gallons on gallons, and I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating, of water. I was so dehydrated. I didn't even notice how dehydrated I was. Like, I drank so much water.
I don't remember drinking it.
And I had they gave me this big, and I said, miss, more ice and water, please. Like, I just was drinking. I was thirsty.
I know in the hospital, my mommy had to bring Burger King, bring back the hospital food was not the business. So my mommy, every morning, what my mommy did, she slept at the hospital with me. They allowed her to sleep in the room with me, and then she would get up early in the morning, go home, bathe and wash up, bring me another set of clothes and some cream of wheat. I liked cream of wheat then. So I had cream of wheat every morning. She'd go home, make the cream of wheat. Lunchtime, I would order like McDonald's or Burger King or whatever for Uber Eats. Eat that, and then in the night, sometimes I would eat the hospital food if I was really hungry.
I don't think I ever ate it. I think I gave I just left it there.
Oh, I remember I saw it on it, spaghetti. I said, okay, I can do the spaghetti. I never in my life had spaghetti with corned beef until then. And it wasn't even like seasoned corned beef. This was like corned beef straight out the can, mash that up, heat that up, and put that with some noodles and mix that together and put some tomato sauce on that. I couldn't eat that.
I don't think the food was bad. I think I just really wanted other things. Like, without eating for so long, I just needed what I wanted. Like, I want this, just get me that. You know what I mean? Okay, so how was your healing experience after delivery?
Interesting, because my room was upstairs and I had hair and I had to walk slow and take my time. It was hard to get in the tub. It was hard to get in and out the bed. I had to wear these diaper things that were uncomfortable because If I lay a certain
That's
way,
so
it would
huge.
stick.
Smart.
It would stick the stitches, the tear, and it was like I had to always keep adjusting it. I couldn't wear the pads because the pads were too uncomfortable
Mhm.
with the. It was rough. It was rough, and then my hair started falling out, and my skin looked a hot mess. It was rough.
Let me tell you. For me, my mommy used to tell me, you know, the old heads, they'd be like, oh, your pores still open
hmm
and your back ain't closed. I don't know what I mean to this day, but I had to wear, you know, the bodysuit kind of girdle type things.
hmm
I had to wear that all the time to keep my back together because it
Mhm.
wasn't closed. And you know, I had to keep covered like my pelvic bones, my hips and stuff was still sore from like how they had my legs up.
Oh yeah, I used to cramp still too.
Yeah. So like I just take my time and walk, and then I had a whole. If I walk for too long, my back would kill me. So I'd be tired. Like, but everything else was okay. I didn't even
That
bleed for too long
tearlessness
after.
is not it. And then months after, when I thought that I was healed and all that, I got clearance. I went to the hospital. She's like, "Okay, your stitches are dissolved. They're dissolved. They're good. You're good to go." Okay. When I like, how maybe say it was 6 months or a little bit older, and anytime I bathed, I started to feel like this. It wasn't the stitches I was feeling because the stitches wasn't there, but it was like I don't know how to describe it, like a big. I could feel the scar, like skin. And so I went back to the doctor and I was like, I wasn't feeling this before. I don't know what's going on. Like, is this okay? She's like, you just need to massage it with oil. It's just healed and it's healed very tight. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah, just massage the area with oil. I just thought that was very weird. But other than that, I've been fine.
Oh, well, you know, did you have any long-lasting or permanent changes after pregnancy?
Certain foods. I don't like mashed potatoes still. It makes me feel sick. At one point, I was able to eat avocado, and now I can't eat it at all. If I eat avocado, I bring it up immediately. What else? It's a few foods that I don't really care for. I've just started eating curry again. I haven't gotten as far as the roti, but I started eating like curry and rice. Like, and that's okay.
And then your hair loss.
That was the worst. My hair is now still catching itself. I think it's come a long way from where it was. I had no hair to the front, no hair to the sides. It was bald. That was depressing. But
with me,
other than that,
it was just the discoloration of my stomach from using the oil so much.
I didn't have discoloration.
But it's back, but it's just still darker than the rest of my body. Like, my areola did spread when I was pregnant, but it came back down. I hated that. Like, I was like, what?
I don't think mine spread that much.
Yeah,
I think mine's got a little bigger, but it wasn't like, oh my god.
Mine was noticeably different, and I was like,
I noticed mine are getting whiter now too. I mean,
could be.
It didn't get very, very dark. I've seen some people who
mine got dark and it spread. Like I was
mine never got very, very dark. It was like a brown, but now it's lightening up.
But other than that, I had back knee, like terrible back knee. Like I have pictures and I will not post them. I had like acne straight between, my chest area.
Oh, my neck was rigid.
And then foods wise, I can't eat grits and tuna. I just started trying it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't come back up like it always did.
But it still feels sick.
Yeah, I still feel like a bit sick. And I don't eat chicken sauce. I don't like chicken sauce. I eat the sauce gravy from the chicken sauce with some Johnny cake, and I eat the chicken. Yeah. So there's that. But I think that's it. Like for food changes to me, because I couldn't wait to eat everything else.
Well, I wasn't eating meat before I had Zane, and so after I had Zane, I wanted more chicken and pork chop. So other than that.
Okay, so my last question is, Is there anything that you plan to do differently if you have another baby? When you have another baby?
A few things I think I would do differently. First of all, not take on so much stress during my pregnancy because I feel like a lot of
That contributed.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of stress contributed to a lot of different things, especially with the whole amniotic fluid and everything going on. Because now I realize that even with me breastfeeding, everything I feel my baby feeling,
Yeah.
and so all that stress, I'm cutting it out. If I gotta go away and be away by myself, or with my partner, and just enjoy my entire pregnancy away, that's what I'm gonna do.
I didn't take on any stress in my pregnancy. Like, I just was like, oh, you causing problems, you gotta go. Oh, you causing problems. Like, I didn't care who it was. If I was at work and they pushed me, but they didn't. If they pushed me too hard, remember, I promise you I would have left my job because I was not into anything during pregnancy. I was like, I cut everybody off who pissed me off, like, during pregnancy without hesitation. I promise you, I didn't take nothing on. But what I would do differently too, I mean, it may sound weird, but after reading up on it, I already started eating better. And then I wouldn't, like, move my baby's placenta. I'd keep it.
You know,
and let it drop on its own.
Do.
And I definitely do a water birth and no epidural.
Oh yeah, I want a water birth as well. But I wanted to make my placenta into capsules so I could take it as my
How I need to say some stupid
because I did some research on it. I was like, oh, this is a lot of vitamins and nutrients and stuff.
But it's for the baby, and that's why they say leave it attached because, like, just like your breast milk, they still get a lot of nutrients from their placenta.
My placenta looked so. It was so red and vibrant, and it was like a perfect. For some reason, she winded it out, but it didn't come out round. It came out square. It was like a block of just red life. And she was like, "Do you want it?" And then at that moment, I was in so much pain. I was like,
but they even have like the bags to like have it in. It'll drop off. Like, it don't stay on too long, but they have like the bags to say carry it in and stuff. And I think I'll just leave it on just so my baby can get, because I'm breastfeeding.
I'll look up into that. I'll breastfeed again. I like breastfeeding, but I would try. Well, I don't know. It depends on the baby because I've tried to give Zane bottle, like pump and let him drink out the bottle. When he wanted to, he would drink it. Or he would just take it, turn it around, and just do like this.
I'll breastfeed probably for the same amount of time, 2 months max or something. But hopefully, but I can be eating better, hopefully, so my child will be eating better. Right now, I mean, sometimes she's eat good. Like, she loves mushrooms, and I love mushrooms, so that works hand in hand.
Yeah.
But, like, she used to eat my peas, my rice, because I don't like peas. So if I make peas and rice, she'd eat the peas. But she don't do it no more. So things change, and I'm trying to get her back there. But that's what I would do different.
Yeah, I have changed my eating as well. But Zane does eat whatever I cook. So if he wants to eat, he'll eat. If he don't want to eat, you don't get Zane to do what he don't want to do. That's one thing I realized. And I think that's what he was trying to get me to notice when he was coming out. He was like, yeah, I'm ready to come out, so I'll chill here. Halfway. But yeah, eat better. Don't take on no stress. Iron. Take lots of iron and make sure that my iron intake is high, because I realized that after doing research and stuff with my hair, your hair falls out in chunks like that when your iron is too low after having a baby. And so that's why I went bald. So to keep my iron intake up, that's another thing that I'm going to do. And probably try to get my baby to sleep in the bassinet next to the bed so I could sprawl out on the bed. Because right now, Zane sleeps on me still.
Mariah's cuddling me, so she told me this morning, Mommy, come here, I love you. I said, I love you too. Turn around. I was like, what you want me to turn around for? She put her arm over me.
Well, Zane drinks milk while he sleeps, so I have to sleep on my side. And when he's ready to turn, he'll get up and look at me.
They're so demanding.
Or he's so
bossy.
And I have to turn to the other side and lay away so he can drink milk on that side. So probably. Yeah. And he didn't like pacifier. I don't know if I would try pacifier
like it too much, and then I
think I waste too much money on pacifiers. I had all type of different. I was like, maybe he don't like this type. Maybe he don't like this brand. Maybe he don't like this shape. No, he didn't like pacifiers at all. He maybe for like 2 months he took pacifiers, and then I was like, no more.
Right, but she dropped it with ease. So, yeah.